Baseball opening day has begun today, unless you're the Yankees or the Dodgers. They don't start their opening day till tomorrow. Yankees game was postponed against the Red Sox because of a thunderstorm. I don't know why the Dodgers aren't playing today. It would kind of make sense to play the Dodgers on the first day, but it is what it is. Baseball is finally back. No one knew we were going to have an MLB season because of the strike. That was a whole big ordeal that was happening. But I just quickly want to talk about baseball and my predictions for this year. Now, I don't expect much from the Yankees. I think they had a decent chance to have a really good offseason with so many big-time free agents, especially since they prioritized shortstop when the offseason started. And then kind of just slowly but surely became another cheap, useless, incompetent organization like many others. They're one of the biggest, marketed, most worthy franchises in all of sports, not just baseball. And when your owner comes out and blames the pandemic as the reason why the Yankees can't spend money, that tells me all I need to know. The first mistake was keeping Brian Cashman. That guy's a bozo, doesn't know what he's doing. His time has come and gone, and he's still there. Second mistake was re-signing Aaron Boone, who has been a massive failure. Aaron Boone is like the Luke Walton of baseball. Aaron Boone has just been so terrible, man, as a manager of the Yankees. And what his award was another 4-year deal. And a lot of people were wondering why. Well, it's pretty simple. Aaron Boone is a front office ass kisser. That's what he does. That's what he's good at. He's really good at kissing ass, and he loves kissing Brian Cashman's ass and the Steinbrenner family, and that's why Aaron Boone is still there. So, like the Yankees in classic Yankee fashion, which is not really classic because back then, the boss would just spend whatever he had to spend and give you the biggest and best team he possibly could. But this team, man, the deals they made when they could have had guys like Correa or a guy like Freddie Freeman, who I can't believe is a Dodger right now, they go and bring back Anthony Rizzo, which I liked, but that just seemed like a complacent move. Then they go get Josh Donaldson, who has legitimate beef with Garrett Cole. And now you're paying this guy $50 million this year and next year to play third base. And then you get your stopgap shortstop because you put all the pressure on that shortstop prospect. I think what's his name, Volpe. I always get his name mixed up, but it's just, this was such an incompetent way of building a roster. Once again, they don't have any pitching. Their pitching staff, outside of Garrett Cole, who is slowly but surely starting to look washed, it's garbage. It's one of the worst in all of baseball. So I have zero expectations on the New York Yankees. If they make the playoffs, it'll be another wild card loss. I expect them to be more of the same like they were last year. The fact that they haven't even gave Aaron Judge a contract extension is insane. Absolutely insane. You would think somebody like Aaron Judge wouldn't have to negotiate a contract extension, but this is the new era of New York Yankees baseball. They are not the best front office. They are incompetent. They're just foolish. And another penny pinching franchise, unlike the Dodgers, who are literally printing money out like nothing and replace players seamlessly. They lose Kenley Jansen, they bring in Kimbrel. They lose Seager to the Texans, and they bring in Freddie Freeman. Like this, the Dodgers are just a well-oiled machine. Like the worst thing that could ever happen to the Dodgers is when they lose in the playoffs, because then the following year they come back even better and even stronger with even more depth. If I had to pick a World Series right now, as constructed, with all the teams, without any major injuries or any other trades going down, as of right now, I think the World Series for 2022 is going to be the LA Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Look out for the Toronto Blue Jays, man. They are going to be legitimately great. I think they're going to win the AL East. I don't believe in the Red Sox, especially after the Chris Sale injury. The Yankees are an afterthought. The Rays, I think they're already starting to penny pinch with the Rays like they usually do because they're a smart market franchise. That makes sense to me. But the Toronto Blue Jays, with the roster they have, with the collection of talent that they've had, they can go on like one of those Houston Astro runs without the cheating, obviously. But they can go on one of those serious runs, man. And I really do think this is going to be the year of the Toronto Blue Jays. That's my World Series pick. I am stamping it in. Toronto Blue Jays, LA Dodgers, World Series 2022 in October. It's going to be insane. It's going to be interesting because if the whole COVID vaccine situation isn't like solved by October, it's going to be interesting to see what players could even play. Like, let's say it is Toronto versus LA, and there's certain Dodger players are unvaccinated. I don't know the rundown about that, how that situation has worked with the Dodgers. I know there's certain Yankees that are unvaccinated. I believe Aaron Judge is one of them. it's going to be interesting to see how those players were able to play in that World Series. Things are still the way they are now. So that would be interesting. But as of right now, I'm punching it in. Toronto, LA, World Series. Mark this down. Clip it. Remember in the next few months. As for MVPs, I mean, I don't know. Ohtani, I guess. Trout, if he stays healthy, because Trout was the most consistent MVP in MLB history.